everybody and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make some roasted vegetables. And I know we're in the month of May and you've been thinking salads, but it's actually quite cold here today and wet. And I just feel like we haven't been eating enough vegetables lately anyway. So this is a great one I find to make a load of and have it in the fridge then, you know, for a couple of days as leftovers. It's really lovely on pizza as well. If you're making your own pizza, some roasted veg on there is beautiful. Or in phyllo pastry, it just makes a lovely, I can't remember what the name of the thing is, is galette or something like that, with a phyllo pastry base and then your roasted vegetable with a little crumbling of feta in there. Delicious. Okay, so this is how I do my roasted veg. I'm sure there's 50 million ways of doing it, but this works for me. So I take my root vegetables first, my carrots and my parsnips, and I've topped and tailed them and peeled them. And then I cut them into chunk sizes, like finger sizes, thumb sizes, and I pre-boil them because I just find that they just don't cook soft enough roasted. And I find what ends up happening is my other vegetables are really soft and mushy and the carrots are still rock hard. So just, you know, kind of this size, or if this is bigger than this, cut that in half again. So keep going with that until you get them all chopped up and just bring them to the boil, literally bring them to the boil and then throw the water off. That's enough. We don't want to cook these through, we're just parboiling them, okay? So I'm going to go and do that and I'll come back to you then. So guys, while my carrots and parsnips are parboiling, I'm going to go ahead and chop up the rest of my vegetables. So I'm just using a deep roasting tin and I've lined it with some of my nice paper. If you don't have any paper, don't worry about it. There'll be enough oil on your vegetables that hopefully they won't stick. So I'm also using some butternut squash that I'm going to cut up again into chunks. You don't have to parboil these guys because they're actually quite a soft vegetable. I'm also going to use some red onion. You can use normal onions either. The trick is don't cut these up too small because they'll just crisp up and dry up. So I'm literally just cutting them in quarters and leaving them whole like that in the tray. Okay. I also have some different colored peppers. I have some yellow peppers. This is about the smallest you want to go in size. I have some red peppers here as well. You don't want to go too small because they'll shrivel up and dry out and we don't want that. So they're all the vegetables I'm going to use in here. I also have, for whenever my carrots and parsnips are parboiled, I will add them to this, and then towards the end I'm going to add my courgettes and my cherry tomatoes. I'm not going to put them in straight away because these guys cook really quickly. So just about 10 minutes before the end, I'm going to throw these guys in. And again, I'm just cutting them into kind of thumb-sized pieces, just like that. You don't want to cut them too small, again, because they'll shrivel up as well, okay? So I'll keep going here, chopping up while we're waiting for the carrots and parsnips to get ready. I hope you're all doing well out there. We've had a busy week here with getting all the beds ready for planting. We have our tomatoes in now, and outside we have an outside vegetable area has been all dug up and the soil has been turned over and everybody's helped, which has been fantastic. And we're going to get ready now to plant out all those seedlings that I nurtured in my conservatory there. They're ready now to go into the ground. So we're going to have another busy few days. If the weather gives up a little bit and we have a little bit of a reprieve, we'll get out there and start planting. So I hope you guys are getting a chance to get out into your garden. This is the time of year to get outside. I don't know about you, but I find because we've been at home for so long, it's kind of hard to get shifted again and get moving, and you know, even having, you know, you can have people in your garden now and we're even slow to do things like this. This is definitely the toughest butternut squash I've ever chopped. I felt like my arm was going to fall off. So if any of you have any tips for peeling butternut squash, I'm all ears because I hate peeling butternut squash. I find it one of the toughest jobs to do. So look, already we have such a lovely display of colour in here. If you like green peppers, you can put them in here. I just don't like them. I find them too bitter in this kind of a dish. So I will be back to you when I get the carrots and parsnips. Here we go, guys. Just brought to the boil and no more. And I'm going to give them a good stir around here. Mix them all evenly throughout. And now I'm going to get my olive oil and just sprinkle a little bit of olive oil all the way across the top here. Just a little drizzle, you don't want it too much. If you want this to be super healthy, you could use some Fry Light spray. And then I'm going to get some balsamic vinegar and give that another little sprinkling over the top like that. And the last ingredient is my honey, which I ran out of, so we had to go to the shops and get some. If you ran out of it and you had maple syrup, that's a great alternative here as well. So I'm just going to squeeze that along here. Now you can decide how liberal or how not liberal you want to be with your honey. So that's it. I'm going to pop that into my oven and let that cook nice and slowly. And 10 minutes before it's done, I'm going to add the courgette and the tomatoes to it and give it a good stir up together. And they literally only take about 10 minutes to cook. So it's a good hot oven, about 180, and I'm going to cook them for about 30 minutes. I'm going to add now my courgettes and my cherry tomatoes to this. All of these vegetables are optional. Everything is really, you know, you can put whatever you like in here that suits your taste. If you like aubergines, go ahead and stick them in here. I wish I liked aubergines, but I just don't like them. I love the look of them, I love the colour of them that they add to dishes, but I just don't like them. So I'm going to pop these back into the oven for another 10 to 15 minutes, okay? I'll be back. Here we go, guys. Our vegetables are cooked. I will say that I did leave them in for an extra 10 minutes. So all in all, it took 40 minutes altogether, okay? Because you want them al dente, but you don't want them rock hard. So it took 40 minutes to cook these guys, and I have to say they're just at that sweet spot where there's just enough honey on here to make them have a nice glaze and enough balsamic vinegar to give them a little bit of a tang. So hope you get to make some of these guys, and when you're doing it, make extra so they're there in the fridge for your lunch for a couple of days. God bless everybody. See you soon.